Welcome to the Relateable podcast, a safe space for open and honest conversations created for Black people.
This podcast explores how we relate to one another in our intimate connections, friendships, family, and everything in between. Hosted by 3 Caribbean women. I am Fiona, a single mom.
I'm Shaween, a very near empty nester.
And I'm Chantal, a free-spirited monogamist. Relatable, because a shared journey brings hope.
Welcome to another episode of your girls, the Relatable podcast. Chantal, Fiona, and myself, Shaween. And this week, we decided to go way back into town. Y'all remember that?
Yes.
It doesn't say way back in time?
In time.
No, back into town.
It's time.
Oh, time.
Wait, Shaween. Wait a minute.
Oh my God.
Wait a minute.
Oh my God. Back into town.
Shaween, for the whole of your life, have you been thinking it was back into town? No.
Welcome to Relateable.
Wow.
Welcome to
Shaween was
Relatable.
today years old.
When I found out he was saying back into time.
Back into time,
but
girl.
it's okay.
Why would he go way
don't
back
know.
into
Back
town?
into town. I don't know why. What he wanted to do. I don't know. He forgot something. I don't know. He going back in town.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
Okay.
It's all right. Yes.
Wow.
But ladies, before we kick off this episode, I just want to say a special thank you to Entertainment Sound Studios, who is sponsoring this episode. They are all about making a positive change in the worldwide community. They are here to provide an avenue for expressing one's creativity whilst inspiring, motivating others with music and podcasts. Whatever leaves their sphere must be positive, healing, and giving back to the universe. Entertainment Sound Productions is located in Bizet, Castries, St. Lucia, and are very easy to find. Visit entertainmentsoundproductions.com for all the details, and you can, of course, in Shaween's show notes, find all the information about Entertainment Sound Productions. So, yes, ladies. Y'all finish laugh?
It never ending.
Okay. Right.
All right. So, like we said, we're going back in time, not town. And we thought it would have been, something, to just inform you all, speak about how we all met, how we met each other. I don't think we've spoken about that before.
Maybe briefly.
Maybe, yeah. But how we met and what brought us together to form this amazing podcast that we know you love, because you tell us, you tell us all the time. We got stopped so many times. One point at the airport, not the airport, the port in St. Lucia, one of the customs officers said to me, "Don't come and talk to me, huh? Don't come and talk to me. You're just there doing this, doing that. Where's Chantal? Where Fiona?" I'm like, wait, hold up. No, don't come and talk to me, Showing, because I was giving him power.
Surprise.
I was, launching at him for something. But taking too long with another person. So he said to me, "You see you Showing, just behave yourself." I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. How you know about us? And my guy started telling me about myself. Telling me about myself, and then saying, "Where Fiona?" Then he saw Fiona and said, "Don't come and give me no talk to," or some shit like that. And then he started asking for Chantal. And man say he's an avid listener of the podcast. And if you see the man, one big, tall, strapping customs officer,
like 6'4" or something.
Not what we think about when we think about relatable demographics at all.
So, Mr. St. Lucia Customs Officer, we see you. Thank you.
When people stop us and say that they listen to the podcast, I think, oh my God, what have you heard?
Yes. I absolutely think the same thing. Which episode?
Like we have shared so much
Lord.
intimate things. I'm like,
there's a little bit of fear when they say it.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm like, really?
Yes, like, oh,
You
okay.
listen to us? Okay.
Okay, so you know everything, like all my secrets, boy.
All.
Oh my God.
But thank you.
Finola.
That's the first thing I think about, Showing.
Wow,
That's the
Finola.
first thing I think about.
I have
The
forgotten about
first
her.
thing I think about, Finola. And I'm like, oh my God. Okay, hi. Let's take a selfie together.
But we love you and we want you to
Yes.
keep on listening.
Yes, thank you.
Fiona's like,
So, ladies, today we're telling them how we met. We have some stories there. Who wants to go first? Chantal, do you want to go first?
you see this?
Okay, Fiona, you want to go first?
All right, I'll go first.
Uh-huh.
The day I met Shoween, I think at the time her name was Crescentia.
Oh gosh, no.
Hey, don't
We're
give
really
out my
going
government
back.
name. Oi.
We're going back.
We're going way back into town. So I was a young mother. I had dry on me. No, I didn't. I don't think I had him, but I was with my son's father and we were filming. We were creating a little cooking show because he's a chef. And I was filming and we had gone to, it's the London Food Festival. London Food Festival. And it was in Hyde Park and it's like stalls, like hundreds of stalls of chefs and people from all over the world, wine, food, this blah, 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 blah. Which I find, I have to tell you get more food at Watto than you do at London Food Festival.
For your money.
For your money. Listen, of all the 1 million cuisines they had in that London Food Festival, like you literally had to pay for every single thing, queue for every single thing. Just anyway, so. And I was there with my camera and I was filming all the stores because what we were doing was going to every Caribbean setup. Trinidad had one, Grenada had one, St. Lucia had one. And I was very innocently filming the St. Lucia stand because it had the rum and some chocolate and whatever.
Banana bread.
And I just saw this bespeckled...
Wow. Wow.
This bespeckled woman come and speak to me very still. She said, excuse me, if you are filming, then you need to have permission.
Wow.
That's right.
And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I said, who's the person that I need to speak to? Something along those lines.
I said, me, bitch.
That's not what she said. Because she, this is Crescentia.
This was not showing.
Oh, it's not showing. Nor Samantha. This is Crescentia, okay? Crescentia is the co-founder of the film company, right? Of a very well-established film company. So she knows all about rights for filming, things like that. You cannot just pull up there and just start filming people. You need to have permission, right? Who was also working with the St. Lucia Tourist Board. So she was a double-tiered representative.
Yes, because I do all the filming for St. Lucia Tourist Board and I want to know where that footage going.
Right?
Where it going?
Right.
So then comes in my son's father, the charismatic Trini, to Gil and Kiki and talk her down. Bring her down to thing and say, oh, you don't know who that's there? And whatever, the usual thing of introducing my family heritage as a way to deflect from my infringement. Clearly, right?
Clearly.
Like as if, right? Miss Gonzalez owns the rights of this footage and things like that, right? She owns the rights of the stand.
And
Yes, I did.
Wow.
And so that's how we met. And then, the walls came down and we're talking and things like that. And, I think one of my earliest memories was inviting Shoween and her children to Jeriah's first birthday party. And then she came. And then, there's a lovely picture of Shoween holding baby Jeriah and things like that. And And then after that, it was just one project after the next. I had Sherwin's daughter, Haley, model for Poison UK, remember? Because Haley was really athletic and she could jump up really high. And we did this really graceful shoot of her doing for the kiddie section. All of them modeled. Baby Lucas, all of them.
Lucas, all of them were modeling.
Yeah, all of them were modeling. So we have all of the different pictures of them. And it was just one thing after the next, after the next, after the next. And so that's how Sherwin and I met, by her being what she has always been, an asshole.
Asshole. My gosh.
I remember. I think what it was, we met that day, and like you said, your Trini baby daddy, we were also producing this series called Caribbean Footsteps. That's my company, and I was looking for a host. I was looking for 2 hosts, and then I told him about it, and he said, yeah, man, that sounds interesting. Let's arrange to meet up. And I don't know if you remember, we went to that restaurant in Stratford he was working at.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes,
Not Caribbean Kitchen. Was it Caribbean Kitchen?
No, this had a different name, but I know who.
I know which one you mean.
And it was the Jamaican chef who was running it. Yes.
Right. Yes. And we went there for the meeting, and Jariah was very anxious, and he was crying a lot, and Fiona was getting obviously really she was overwhelmed with Jariah. And so I said, and I have 3 kids. I know what children are like. So I watched her and I felt like, wow. I tell her, so let's go for a walk. And I left my then husband and Jariah's dad to speak. And I could see how overwhelmed Fiona was. And she's like, I think something's wrong. And I said, no, my girl, don't worry. And I just calmed her down. And from then on, for me, I felt like the motherly instinct, like I just wanted to be there to help her. Like she had a lot on her hand.
Why should we make me want to cry?
Aww.
And it was from then. And I did not know she was who she was. And yes, it was her, the guy who says, you don't know her. And then I put 2 and 2 together and I say, but I hated that girl at high school, Gassel. I didn't
even know who she was.
I did not like that girl,
she just didn't like me because I went convent and she from
Hess. And I from
so
Hess.
It's just
convent. We've had this. Listen, I'm speaking now and I remember speaking about this. So the new Relatable listeners, if you all didn't go back and listen to season 1, But I didn't like her. At school, because they were too stouche and they thought they were better than people.
Okay,
so I used to
a backstory
not like them, and then I see like the same girl, Gassa.
You see how you can be living your life oblivious to somebody just hitting you, and they don't even know you are. But they just hate you from a distance all for decades.
It wasn't decades. It was just 5 years of high school.
Just 5 years.
Yeah, but you say you hated, anyways. Mm-hmm. So Sherwin went to Leon Hess Secondary School, which is actually one of the top, if not disputably, the top school in the country. Mm-hmm. But there are 2 other schools, St. Mary's College, which is a boys' school, and St. Joseph's Convent, which is a girls' school. These are Catholic schools which have been around for a long time, and they're associated with prestige and blah, 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 because they're very strict. So therefore, the children have to behave with a certain set of decorum because we'll get our ass beat.
Yes, they used to beat us too.
Right? So therefore, it was this thing of, you are a convent girl, so you must carry yourself a certain way. Otherwise, you get in serious trouble, right? And you're a college boy. The other day, somebody told me, I saw my friend by the beach, and I tell him, we were talking about, because he went college, and he said, one time the fellows were playing basketball on the court at college, and something happened, and all of the fellas said, "Yisalop," which is in St. Lucia, it's a curse, but it's a thing, it's a term that naturally, if something happens that is shocking or funny, us as St. Lucians, it just comes out in chorus, okay? And so everyone said, "Yisalop." The principal come out and said, "Everybody in the court come to my office and 40 people got caned just for saying Isalop. So the level of discipline applied to us always being on our guard and therefore assumed to be Stoic. Plus, we're in convent, so we're better than y'all. Okay? So, we had this unwarranted hatred from the haters.
Wow.
Okay?
So eloquent. Hatred from the haters.
I went convent.
And she went convent. Convent.
They used to tell you how to stand, how to sit, how to cross your legs, there's a lot of things that you had to do, how to position yourself. You're amongst nuns, so you had to sit upright and eat a certain way and cross your legs a certain way and have your skirt a certain way. And there was a lot of management of your bodily behavior, not just how you talk or do your schoolwork. There was a lot of micromanagement. Okay. Miss Gonzalez.
All right.
Does that make you feel a little bit more?
Oh, I dropped that a long time ago. I'm just stating.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Whatever.
But yeah, it is what it is though now. It's all right.
But there is an air of arrogance, I will say.
Yes, there is.
There is but I think that's an old colonial arrogance. I go to convent and it's
Convent.
That's Trinis. We don't say that. Trinis say convent. We say convent.
Every time I hear that, I'm just like, what?
Yes.
And you know what the irony is? They're more ratchet than us.
That is not true.
No. Shaween. Nevis did not have a convent school. Our convent school was actually in St. Kitts. And let me tell you, you are 100% correct.
Y'all really lying, Nigga.
We are not lying. Some of my closest friends went to convent.
Y'all really lying,
but
y'all were not in convent. Y'all really lying, sir. You see, y'all? No, it is
I
just.
I said what I said, and I said it with my chest.
It is just that when a convent girl engages in behavior that is rache. Okay, there is extra shock, like, oh my God. Yeah. But it is an expectation of people from other schools to engage in that behavior, whatever, because it has this.
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know, Fiona. I think thou protesteth.
Yes.
Too much.
Exactly.
Okay.
First of all.
Exactly.
Some of the stories of certain people in this room have indulged in things that I shall not divulge. That was quite shocking.
So we were speaking about how we met. I don't know how the conversation go there.
Me, I deflected it.
You had that rache, related sure.
Hey, it touched a nerve.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? I know that I wasn't doing nothing.
Okay.
In convent. I cannot speak for when I left.
Hey.
When I graduated.
Okay.
That was another story. But I was, I was actually behind the times.
Oh, a late bloomer.
Yeah.
I was. I wasn't in. Remember, Gassa, we've spoken about this.
We all know what happens to late bloomers.
They make up for lost time.
So what's the excuse for the early bloomers?
We know the thing.
Lost
we know what we
so
do.
they just never slow down. Just never slow down. I was a very late bloomer, and
She made up for lost time.
Wow. So yeah, you trying to say I had to catch up on the geometry?
Yes.
No, Chantal.
On the rache.
Rashiness.
First of all, can we move on to how y'all met? Because I'm over this conversation.
Wow.
See how y'all just come for the convent girls, guys.
Hey.
It's okay.
I just went to a normal secondary school, so I have nothing to add here. Nothing to add.
Well, I remember how I met Chantal.
Yes.
I met
through film.
Through film.
Again.
Yeah, it was through film.
Wow.
We were, I can't remember the event. All I remember, there was a Jamaican lady who was Miss something. Miss Jamaica.
She was Miss World Jamaica.
Miss World Jamaica.
Her name is Esther, and I'm forgetting Esther's surname.
I don't know her name. I can't remember her name.
She had a very long-standing affair with Bob Marley.
What?
Yes, she did.
No, that's not that one.
No, it's not that
not
one.
that one. Not that one.
See?
Because
I'm
it was
giving
a
up people
young
business.
it
So
was
Bob
a
Marley had
young
another
woman.
affair for another Miss Jamaica.
Miss
not,
Jamaica
Not
World.
Damian Marley's.
No.
Uh-huh.
And we will talk about that in another episode.
It was a young woman.
A
She
young
was
one.
I think she was Miss
Wait. Was she Miss Jamaica Universe?
something.
And she
was
chef.
tall and slender.
April.
Yes,
Between
that's
Little
it.
Birds.
Yes,
which is now
April. Yes,
Water,
Three Little
yes.
Birds.
Yes,
Yes.
it was her. It
Oh.
was April.
It was April.
And so during that event, we met a few people. I met this guy from Birmas. What's his name?
JP.
JP, and they had rumbling,
Rumbling with Mark
at the time with Mark.
Woods.
Right.
Yes.
So we were at that event covering something for somebody. I think one of them paid us to cover the event
Yes.
and to film and
Yes.
whatnot. And there's this woman floating around the place, long, nice dreads, nice ass. And I'm like, fuck, look at that woman, Ngasa. And she's just, yes. And I knew you were probably curating the event. I don't know if you were curating or if you were,
Something.
but you were all over getting things done. Okay. Yes. And yes, if you could position the camera here and get everything sorted. And I'm like, oh, look at this woman. Anyway, we spoke for a little while, but we never kept in touch. And then it was years later, after I met Fiona telling me about her friend Chantal. And I'm like, who's that Chantal? And then I met her. This time, Locke's gone.
Wow.
So it
You met
never...
her after the locks
Yes.
cut off?
So it never really registered that it was the same person. And then after probably about maybe a few months or something after meeting you, I said, but I've met this woman before. And then it was Tony who told me, you met her at that event she curated. She was, that's where she was. That's the first time we met, and you had the long locks. I said, so that's the same girl I was there eyeing and watching, because you know I have my little.
She was eyeing me
I
up.
have my little.
Wait a minute.
Side eye.
She
My
was
little
eyeing me
eye.
up.
I was
eyeing
eyeing her.
she was.
It was the dreads, my girl. I like dreads.
She liked dreads and ass.
Okay. So I was
Yeah.
like, wow.
Yeah.
I said, okay.
Is
And
Maxine your friend?
I didn't
Well,
know.
that
I
wasn't
didn't
your
know.
friend.
I didn't know. I was just watching. Hey, you see a beautiful woman you admire.
Aw.
Yes.
So but we met before and then after we met later on
Yes.
in life. That's when we
Yes.
became friends. And I think it solidified during the pandemic, because you were Fiona's friend who I knew. But then over the pandemic, we formed the group chat.
Yeah.
And that's when it all kicked off in 2020.
It's true, because in between that, we would see each other every now and again. Either I would come to yours with Fiona, or Haley would be at Fiona's.
You knew
So
the kids.
absolutely, yes, I knew the kids. And then the pandemic brought us together.
Yeah.
And I haven't stopped laughing since. Truly.
The madness we
The
up to.
madness, like the
Oh my
stuff
God.
Shaween would send in the group chats, I was like, this woman.
Not
Yes.
just me. Hey,
the stuff
listeners.
Shaween would
Listeners. It's not just me. Okay? Imagine when I see a message pop up on my phone from the group chat, I have to hold my phone close to my chest before I open it, because the stuff they send as well,
First
ladies.
of all, Chantal sends very wholesome things.
Yes, she will send meditations. She will send lovely astrological findings and spiritual guidance and all the beautiful things. She will also send pictures of beautiful black men.
Yes.
Yes, I miss those morning pictures.
Yes,
of the fellas.
every
Come
morning,
on.
all the beautiful black men
men.
pictures. And Fiona will go straight to the juggler.
Straight.
Wow.
And
It's the
send
late
us-
bloomer again.
Send the late bloomer. You
Right.
see. I think you should talk about that in therapy. Why?
Oh, wow. We're going down the therapy
Why you
road.
send? Why you like to send
Okay, you know what? You know what it is?
Okay. So,
It's
here we go.
anthropological
Oh,
analysis.
Fiona, you're reaching. You're
No, I'm
reaching,
not
my girl.
reaching.
Oh, gosh.
I'm not reaching.
Okay.
In the same way.
Fallacies are anthropology, yes?
First of all, in the same way how white anthropologists just go and photograph people
I want to see
and
it
assess
tied
them.
together. Yeah, tied together. Let's see.
Right? In the same way they went there and photographed Sarah Batman and studied
Oh,
this and
you
studied
are
that.
not doing
Yes.
this, Fiona.
Yes,
Not.
I am.
No.
Yes, I am.
So it's
in the
it's
same
for
way they have things
anthropology,
like
it's for research.
same way they have things like phrenology and all of that kind of thing. Okay, the measurement of the skull to define your
yes, but
intelligence
no.
and all of that.
We are not- oh.
No, I'm doing my duty.
Okay, that's why I have a whole folder in my phone.
Why do you
Of
still have the
fallacies.
folder showing?
Because
you sent
you
them.
send them.
Because you
There's
sent
no
them.
point deleting them. You'll just send more.
Wow. So hold on a second. So
Bitch,
so
if
me
I
alone,
open my phone now,
me alone.
I'm sure
Me
this
alone.
week I got a pic.
No, you did not.
Bitch, yes, I did.
From who? Of whose?
Oh,
You want me to say?
Shaween, I have to back you up on this one. Hear what happened.
You want me to say?
last week?
Okay.
Last
week?
week in Lady Janice Compton.
Yes, yes. Because I was on a
She
bus.
telling me to be quiet.
I was
I
on
am
a
there.
bus.
Shaween.
I was on a bus. I was on a bus and I opened my phone and all I see is this huge phallus. And I'm like, bitch, what a bitch. What a bitch. You can't just send these things. And I do on my phone like, up pops.
First of all,
No,
Yeah,
Fiona.
check
there
your
is
phone.
No, first
Check
of
your
all.
phone.
Okay.
Check your phone.
So, listeners, let me tell you a story
you know you're lying
about
on
how
this.
my life got turned upside down. No, okay. So I am there in the presence,
No, that's
in the presence of an actual lady, okay, a real lady, a proper titled lady. And I'm there and we're there and I'm doing some work on my laptop. And then Fiona goes, "Oh, Chantal, check your phone. I sent you the clip of the film." And me in my very naive ass,
tears
they're
falling from
thinking-
Chantal's eyes right now, right?
I'm there like, "Oh, I wonder what film Fiona talking about."
First of all,
So no, let
No.
me finish. I'm going to let you finish. Let me finish.
okay.
So I'm like, "Oh, okay." And she's like, "No, I really need you to check it out now." Because obviously I'm in work mode. I'm there with Lady Compton. And I'm like, "Oh, okay, fine." So I grab my phone and I'm like, "Okay, scroll down, Fiona."
I screamed one scream when I
Okay.
saw it.
I had to
screamed. I was on a
scream.
bus. I screamed.
I had to compose myself because I'm in front of Lady Compton and her daughter, her rashy, late blooming convent daughter, has just sent me essentially porn.
Okay, first of all,
That's all I'm gonna say.
first
And then
of
I'll
all,
tell you how we met. Okay.
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 To the listeners who are currently judging me, I can feel it. Secondly, said film of salacious nature, I have had zero contact
Wait, what?
with this said person.
What?
I have not any
Oh no.
because
Okay,
you know
okay. No,
they're
no,
thinking
no,
that
no.
it's
No,
me.
It's not.
Oh,
Collect-
no, it's not. It's not her.
It's not her.
No,
it's
it's
not
not
her.
not of me
Or
or with a
anyone
man I'm
associated.
engaged with.
It is a film, all right?
It's usually
It's a film,
usually
but it's not a-
celebrities and
yes,
and
exactly.
and porn
Celebrities.
stars and
Well, let's just say that the said film was of a local
a local celebrity. There
And
it is.
I
There
am
it is.
still-
Yes,
Computing.
yes.
As Fiona likes to say, there's a glitch in the system. I never close my phone so fast.
Mine almost dropped from my hand on
Yo.
the bus.
Okay, well,
Okay. Okay.
again,
Right.
anthropological research.
Uh-huh. Wow.
And then you
Aye.
know when they say birds of a feather flock together.
But you're
I got
watching it.
another message from our dear friend Tariba, who's been on the
poor
pod, and open
Tariba.
it thinking it's something to do with the shop. It's the same damn thing, and I'm like, what the hell
We're
is
a
wrong with
collection.
these people?
We're a collective of scientists.
They're
These
curating.
convent rashes.
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
Anyway.
Anywho,
Anyways.
as we have digressed, as per usual,
First of all,
um,
maybe I was sharing it in shock and disgust.
I don't think
I
so.
don't think
because
so,
the
Fiona.
smirk on your face when you saw my shock and disgust clearly told me that you were not
Being
sharing it.
mischievous.
Very
I
much
wanted
so.
to share that.
Mischievous.
For Under the Mango Tree, we decide to treat you to the symphony of nighttime crickets. This soothing sound is one which we enjoy every night here in the Caribbean, and sometimes even when sitting under a mango tree. So, how did Fiona and I meet? You know, the irony in the way that we actually met, or the way that Fiona was first introduced to me. When I think about it, it does make me chuckle. I am famous for people not sliding into my DMs. People just don't slide into my DMs. And maybe it's because I've actually said, nobody slide in my DMs because you're not going to hear back from me. Maybe that's why. No one slides into my DMs. And this was back when I actually was on Facebook. So, according to Shaween, back into
town. You see, it makes sense. My thing was right.
It was so wrong. Anyway. So really, like back in the day of Facebook. And I received this DM. And I didn't really know the person. Like, we'd interacted a few times. The London Black Creative Circle is very small. And the Caribbean Creative Circle is even smaller. Okay?
Right. Yep.
So even though we weren't friends, you know, we were friends on Facebook. And if we saw each other in public, like, hey, how you doing? La, la, la. Nothing else. So I see this message. And I'm like, why the person messaging me? And it is from Jariah's father, and him and Fiona were together at the time, right? And it says, hey, Chantal, this is really random, but I think you and my girlfriend have a lot in common. I see that you both work on things that are quite similar, and I feel that you guys should meet. That was actually from Jariah's dad. And I didn't know Fiona at the time. I think I knew some of her work because by that point, you and Jariah's dad were doing this cooking series.
Yeah.
And I think so I knew the cooking series, but I honestly didn't know Fiona, right? And I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know, and I replied, I said, okay, sounds good. And he said, yeah, I'll send you some of her work. And we're actually doing this series for Tempo.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
For Tempo Television. I was like, all right. And he's like, you know, and if you could share it. I said, of course. Because I am always about Caribbean stories. And back then it was even more so, I feel, than now. And he's like, you know, if you could share it. And I was like, no problem. And I remember sharing it and loving it. And then I think he sent me, I don't think you had started Paradise Prince, but he sent me a picture of someone's dress that you may have already painted on.
Okay.
But Paradise Prince hadn't started yet.
Right. Okay.
Right? And I was like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. Oh my gosh. And then that was it. And it wasn't until, I think, a few years after that, I was at something for the St. Lucian High Commission. I don't know what, Frederick.
Freddie.
Frederick.
Freddie.
Yes, Freddie.
Yes, I remember that time at
There was an
at
International
that
Women's
Women's
Day
Day,
thing.
and it was all the women.
Yes.
That's the first time I met Freddie as well.
Okay,
What a
so
boo.
Freddie
Yes.
invited me
Yes.
because Freddie and I had done some work together, and Fiona was filming. And then when
Yes.
Fiona shared the film, she tagged me in it. And I said, wait, this is this dude's girlfriend that he told me about. So then
Right.
I think I may have messaged you and said, hey, Fiona. And we started this online friendship.
Yes.
And then I curated this event and I asked you to be in it. It was about Caribbean photographers and us having autonomy on our stories. And Fiona was all hype to come. And then Jariah got sick.
Oh.
And you were so disappointed and you were so like, I'm so sorry, Chantal. This is going on and I don't have anyone to look after. And I think it was the day of the event.
The day of,
And being Fiona, now that I know Fiona was trying to find a way. Well, maybe I can somehow like log in and be there on a screen.
Yes.
And it was all of this. And I'm like, no, Fiona, it's fine. It's okay.
I felt really
I
bad.
remember. And I was
felt
trying to
really
say to Fiona, like,
bad.
listen, this is your child. It's okay. We'll do something together another time. I remember saying that. And I think from then we started to really connect. We
Yeah.
met up in person.
Yeah.
And then it was on. So your baby daddy was actually right.
He was.
He was
He was.
absolutely
He
correct
was. He
in that.
was.
I think you guys would get on. And I remember thinking that was so sweet that someone's partner
Yes.
would say, you know what? I think this person would be a great friend
Yes.
for my partner.
It was actually very
really-
sweet.
Yeah.
It was very considerate.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
It was. And then that was it. We became friends. A few years later, we lived together for like a year or so.
About that.
About
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
Maybe just under a year.
I can't remember.
And I moved out because
She was the first to leave us all. It
what?
started. Chantal left, then Sherwin left, and then I left. And now this
Oh,
is
okay.
the first time us
Okay.
together
Yes.
in the same country
And
in
it's
3
great.
years.
It's
Yeah.
great. And it's wonderful. And our friendships have deepened. And I think that this particular trip has, brought us even closer to another level. I mean, starting the podcast, you can't work with all of your friends. And I have worked with friends in the past who I love, but will never, ever work with again.
You have to
Never.
know. Yeah.
Right? And for whatever reason, it just works with us. I think that we balance each other in ways,
I think because we're very different from each other.
Yes, yes. And I love that. I love that Shaween and Fiona push me to do things a little bit more adventurous, even though as my moon is in Sag, I'm actually quite adventurous in certain ways.
I would say so.
Yes,
Yeah.
I will just do things and then a few years later say, yo, that was
I did
really,
that. Yes.
that was really quite risky.
yeah.
Right, Shaween?
Yeah, there are some things, yes,
Yeah,
for sure.
for sure. But, there's other things as well. And, Sherween's spontaneity, Fiona's, I feel that I can be quite rigid in certain things. And Fiona has helped me to be open to flow a bit more because I'm a Taurian. I'm very grounded. I'm Taurian and Virgo rising, again, earth sign. So we are all about stability and feeling grounded and feeling secure. And for me to experience the full spectrum of life, I feel that I don't need echo chambers. I need friends that encourage me to expand into my more adventurous, flirtatious, spontaneous side. And I do think that is what I get from both Shaween and Fiona. I don't know what I get from me, but
But sometimes Sherwin and I need the grounding.
okay, that is true. That is true.
We will be up in the
Yes.
stratosphere.
Oh, Lord.
Because Sherwin and I'm like, yes, Casa,
Yes.
let me do
Let me do that.
that.
Let me go, let me go, let me go.
Casa, boy. Like, yeah, we
Yeah.
and I
okay.
think and then also Chantal, you're very calming because I think I can be very scattered. Sherwin sometimes can be very nervous.
Sometimes.
Okay, I was trying to be gentle.
I
I wasn't trying to be fucked up and just say
sometimes-
you
No, listen.
anxiety queen. I just
Listen,
said.
listen,
if
listen.
y'all see
I'm
Sherwin
starting
right
to
now,
see it.
okay?
I'm starting to see it. I'm like, bitch, what's wrong with you? my anxiety levels are. They're not always high, but they're quick to rise. Quick to rise.
Right.
They're not always high. Yeah, and I realize it's happening more often lately, like a lot more. But yes.
So I think Chantal, you may consider yourself rigid. I will consider myself too scattered, right? And then Shaween can be very anxious, and Shaween worries a lot. And sometimes you need that, because sometimes I may be too relaxed about something, and you need someone to be, hey, hello, this thing may happen. You need to check up on that.
Yes.
Right? And then it works the other way, where Shaween may be worried and be like, I said it'll be fine, and then it ends up being fine. Yeah. So, and then like Chantal, so in that aspect, but you are also very calming, and I find like you have a way of talking to people that makes them feel very acknowledged. I think we were talking the other day, and something you said to Shaween, and then you're like, Shaween, you're right. And actually, because I think Shaween, you were feeling like we were not being understanding of why you're feeling anxious about something. I can't remember what it was. And then in the back and forth, I was like, no, but Gasa, and whatever. And then you're like, oh. And then Chantal, you just said, Shaween, you know what? You're right. I agree with you. You should be feeling this way. And I think the grounding is actually very good for the both of us. I think all of us complement each other.
Yes, that's the word. Compliment.
We're not the same, and we don't echo each other's things. You know, even our relationships with men are very different.
Lord, can I get one?
Vastly different.
Can I get a man? How about that?
You know, it's so funny how we all enjoy so many of the same things, love so many of the same things, but operate very differently in life.
Yes.
And operate in our romantic relationships very differently, but I don't find that we clash. You know, we have differences in opinion, but it's not like, Gasa, shit you talking, I talking to that girl because she come and like, and I think we're very mindful of each other's.
I think it's because we respect each other.
Exactly.
That's the most, and to me, the foundation of any good relationship or friendship is mutual respect. So whilst I may be there, my mouth long like today, my mouth long whole day,
and her arms crossed.
My arms crossed. My arms
sure.
crossed. I'll be honest, my arms crossed because I'm cold.
Okay,
yes, I'm
right.
cold.
Okay,
but my mouth long whole day because I have a lot on my mind, and the two of y'all, they're like airy fairies, all giggly and this, and I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with them two bitches? Like, come on, let's get this done. I just want to get this done, and then you understand. So I'm like, but it's not out of disrespect. It's not out of I'm dealing with my shit. I'm trying to deal with some shit. But and that will always be the foundation, is that it's based on respect and love. Because I don't see the two of y'all like my friends. I see y'all as my sisters. 100. I see y'all as my go-to, my family. Y'all will be the first person I call for anything. So it's and that I think is more important than any ego or any type of, you know, I don't know, and I know I could call on y'all or speak to y'all about anything. Yeah. So it's not. Yeah, so don't take my grumpiness today.
Oh, we don't.
Oh no, we don't.
But at the same time, stop fucking annoying me. Leave me the hell alone.
My girl. That girl never, like, especially like the snake thing. Oh. Girl, it was ugly.
Shaween. But you know what? You know what I didn't speak about when I said I laughed at myself as well?
Why?
Was when you and Shaween were downstairs in Harmony Villa, and
I was having a deep consultation with Shaween about a specific issue. So we then shwi in the bedroom, talking in code,
quietly,
very quietly,
in code. And Miss Chantal, who I think she had taken a pull from my joint.
Yes,
I think she took a pull
Chantal
from
is
my
very funny.
joint. And she was just coming and disrupt the thing, and we want to pull her in. We pulling her in, and we're giving her the code words.
Okay,
but
let's
Chantal
say
ain't that.
Okay, let's
It's
say
not sticking.
we're talking about 3 people, right? Adam, Eve, and Stephen. Okay, let's just say and Adam, Eve, and Stephen are in the house or something, whatever, right?
They were literally in the house.
And then she's like, but Stephen, but I thought Stephen was
pissed off. Like, bitch,
and she's
bitch,
like, shut up,
shut up. Shh. It's not Stephen.
You know,
it's
the book.
It's the book.
I couldn't get
it's
the
book.
name.
The book. Do you
could
mean
not.
the book?
I couldn't.
Who's the book? Stephen?
Who's the book? Stephen? And bitch, shut up. And she talking loud, the top of her voice. She talking.
It's like she walked in with a microphone.
Yes. So the laughing y'all heard last week's Under the Mango Tree, that was it. And we trying to tell her, bitch, shut the fuck up. You're talking too loud.
So she was recorded by Brianna.
So Brianna heard us.
Yes,
Upstairs.
in the house. We were laughing so loud. It was.
I'm so sorry.
It was most hilarious because she had no tact.
None.
None. I truly
she gave up the game.
Was being true to my sun sign, the bull. You know, the bull in a china shop. I was in my Taurian,
knocking over
just knocking over everything because I couldn't get the code name straight. I was like, and then I may have been a little bit high, so therefore
you were
I had
high.
So y'all ever see the meme of the guy at the aquarium, and the topic of the meme says, "Try not to be obvious."
Yes.
And the walrus or the seal or whatever just said, watching the man in his eye. That was literally Chantal. Please be discreet.
Be discreet, be.
And
be
discreet. It was a complete fail.
It was a fail, but they love me anyway, so it's all good. It's all good. All right, so now you know a little bit more about our origin stories and how our friendship has grown, evolved, and expanded over the years. I am so grateful to have Fiona and Sherween in my life. They put me in my place when I need to be put in my place, but mostly laugh and love.
And support.
And the support. When I am on my knees, and I have no clue of how I'm going to, transition or travel through a particular chapter, I know when I put my ego and pride aside, if there's 2 people that I can just call, reach out to, and sometimes it's really just not for a solution.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It is just
a listening ear.
A listening ear. I know whatever time, unless they're in the midst of shenanigans, whatever time. Oh, yeah, there was that one time when we were supposed to be recording a podcast. Don't know where they were. I was just there with the guests.
Where were
we? Won't get into
had
that.
no electricity.
Okay,
we had no electricity. And we couldn't.
They had no electricity.
We were in
St. Lucia.
We didn't have any electricity, and they were trying to reach us, and we couldn't reach them. And lo and behold, we in a dead spot. But yes,
I was there like a plum. Aside
you
from
held
that
it down,
moment,
honey. You held it down.
Aside from that moment, I know.
Who is going to give you the best top quality local porn?
Oh, wow. That I never asked for.
The unsolicited. First of all,
wow.
The person who sent me that video was Tariba.
Okay. Tariba. Okay.
Yeah.
Tariba, our esteemed guest on colorism.
Yes.
Is that who you are referring to?
That's
the very same.
Wow.
The one and only.
Yes. Founder of Membet.
Yes.
Proprietor of KLM. Co-founder. Is this who you speak of?
Yes.
This person sent you that video? Okay, Tariba, we will have words. All right. So moving right along, ladies. What brings you joy, or what has brought you joy lately?
You know what brought me joy this week? We went for lunch with Mr. Joseph Marcel.
Oh gosh!
How could
Joe and his wife, Joyce.
Who is Joseph Marcel?
Who is Joseph
West
Marcel, you
Philadelphia,
ask?
born and
Go
raised.
on.
On
On
the
the playgrounds
playground
where I spend most of my days. Chilling out, relaxing, shooting some people outside of school. Well, a couple of guys, they were up to no good.
Started making trouble in my
we could
neighborhood.
only
I
sing a
got
little
one
bit.
dude fighting and one get scared.
You moving with your auntie and uncle to
Uncle to
Bel Air.
To change it before it gets.
Yeah, before we get, they send us a bill after we
Yo.
loving on you, Will.
Okay.
We loving you. Please don't send us a bill for that.
We beg. And we digressed.
Yes. So, Joe is an esteemed St. Lucian actor. He played Jeffrey in The Fresh Prince of Bel Air. And I swear to God, he is the main character in that show, because without Joe, without Jeffrey, Will Funny and all, but it's Jeffrey that made the thing.
He was the cherry on the.
He made the thing.
He drove it home. He drove the jokes home.
He made the thing. So he's longtime friends of Fiona and I. We met him in London a long time ago. I met him a long time ago again through film. And no, I lie. I met him through St. Lucia Tourist Board. And I don't know how Fiona met him, but we've been friends for years upon years. And so he's visiting St. Lucia. Well, he was, I think he left today.
Today, yeah.
And he reached out and he said, guess what? Guess who's in St. Lucia? And it was a complete surprise. And he invited us over for lunch.
Oh, yeah.
So that was just so beautiful, catching up with him. Hearing about all the amazing things he's doing and the stuff that's coming up. Hey, this man has so many gems coming up. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for them to drop. But yes, that to me was a highlight of last week. Meeting him, catching up, and his beautiful wife as well, Joyce. She's so
Joyce.
lovely.
Love
Joyce.
you,
Joyce is
my girl.
so amazing. And it was lovely catching up with them. So that brought me a lot of joy.
Aww. There's so much. I don't even know what to choose.
It is hard
that
to
was
choose.
absolutely a beautiful day spent with Mr. Marcel and his wonderful wife, wonderfully witty wife, I shall say.
She's very witty.
She's very, very witty. Gosh. And then I think on the Saturday, was it Saturday? When we had breakfast?
Yes, Saturday. Yes.
So on Saturday, it continued with the
Yes.
Mr. Marcel love.
Yes.
Fiona's mom had him over. Well, Fiona had him over.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Mom
For cocoa tea and Fiona's famous floats, y'all.
Yes.
So I very much inserted myself in the consumption of the floats.
Best floats in the world.
Best floats in the world. But that was another lovely gathering. I think for me, what stands out in both of those days was just the wisdom. The wisdom, really being in conversation with elders, and as much as we love and know Mr. Marcel from The Fresh Prince, his career, he is a thespian. Yes. He comes from the theater, darling.
Yes. Well, I have his
are we
Wikipedia
gonna
page
let's
open.
read it. Go ahead, girl. Tell them.
That's what I'm just saying. Instead of me giving a What Brings You Joy segment,
Yes, let's go.
I would like to touch on his career, because when people see him, they often say, oh, it's Jeffrey. And of
Yes.
course, that's his most known role. And he
Yes.
accepts it gracefully.
Mhm.
But his name is Joseph Marcel. And he is a member of the Royal Shakespeare Company. He has appeared in productions of Othello, Midsummer's Night's Dream. He's on the board of the Shakespeare's Globe
I'm
Theatre
saying.
in London, where he has featured a nationwide production of Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing and King Lear. He's played Gonzalo in The Tempest, and he has a catalogue from since the 1970s from films like Anthony and Cleopatra, Cry Freedom. He played Moses, Sioux City. He was in David Copperfield, The Samba Thing. I'm skipping.
And there's so
many
contemporary
films.
films as well.
The Complete Walk of King
Yes.
Lear, Wrapped in Christmas. He also did The Man in the Hat, Exorcism of God. He also did the film that was shot in Malawi. It was the Windmill
Yes,
one.
Yes.
He's done Empire Road, In the UK, there was a very long-running TV series.
And recently, Queenie.
Queenie. Doctor Who.
Yes.
He's done the Bill Desmonds, of course, Fresh Prince, EastEnders, Living Single. Right? He has done so many. Holby City, Death in Paradise, The Sandman, and also, most recently, especially in the latest Bel Air. So, and then he has also been doing so many stage productions of Shakespeare all over. So film, TV, stage, and on the board of the Royal Shakespeare
So you know
Company.
what, Fiona?
So
it sounds like flowers.
yeah, man.
man.
Have to
Give
give
the
the
man
man
his
his
flowers.
flowers.
Now.
Okay.
Now.
All right. Family from Dennery, grew up in Fuasho, then moved to London as a boy. But always, I think how I met him was at the St. Lucia High Commission in London. There was an event where they're talking about development of St. Lucia, and he came and he was questioning the development, asking how is it going to benefit the people of St. Lucia. And Shaween knows, because he's always in touch with Shaween, wanting to know what's going on in St. Lucia, what's happening down on the ground, what's happening with the creative arts, what's going on with development. He has never ever forgotten his roots and, loves home.
Yes.
So it was great to spend time with
Yeah.
just Joseph, not Jeffrey,
No,
not this, whatever,
no.
but just Joseph.
It was, and I really appreciate you guys for including me in that.
Good, of course, I mean.
And now I feel like I'm part of the family.
Girl, we're bringing you on the blocking point,
Listen.
Michelle and Dominica.
Listen,
We're bringing you Grosele by the
it's
Cabaret,
been-
and we're bringing you on
it's been an
lunches with
experience.
Joseph Marcel.
Groselay was,
Yes.
But you know what the sad thing is? We can't send him that episode because we talk about so much ratchetness in that
and he will love it.
episode.
But he will love it. I
He
think we
will.
should.
He will.
I
He
think
will
we
love
The
it.
should.
He
local
will
porn,
laugh.
Chantal.
Yes,
will laugh.
absolutely.
He
I
will
think we
laugh.
should. Listen,
I'm gonna pre-warn him.
I've now spent 2 days with him.
I will
I
pre-warn him.
think-
He likes the soaps.
I think we should send him the episode.
You know what he said to me one time? He said, "You're always sending me these nice things. Send me all the soaps. Send me all the roro. Send me all the gossip."
There we go.
That's what I want. I want
There
to be,
we go.
I want to be stuck with sometimes I want to remove a film or something in my head and I read a nice little roro. That does make me happy.
Listen.
So you will enjoy the soaps. Joe, I hope
Okay.
you're ready.
Joyce and
Joyce,
Joseph,
please don't listen to it.
this is for you.
Yes.
This episode is for y'all.
We love you.
We
very
love
much.
you both. Appreciate you so much. I have not opened my biscuits, but I had some of Sherween's.
Why are you doing things to piss her off?
Wow. Do you
Why are you doing
see-
things to get the girl
Do you
vexed?
see that? I was starting to feel happy
Sorry.
again. Do you see that?
This is
It's
what I-
okay.
Taurus bull. China
Okay,
shop.
backstory.
Okay, backstory.
So we were graced with 2 gifts of lovely biscuits from Joyce and Joseph to Shaween and I, because he knows they know the both of us or whatever. But they're meeting Chantal for the first time. So on the second meeting, Joyce pulled Chantal aside and gifted her with her own box of biscuits from the UK and stuff. And, Shaween was, very protective of her lovely, beautiful, what would I call it? A pastel pink tin of cherry almond Whitfield's biscuits made of Cornish butter from the special
From the
cows,
special
the
cows.
grass-fed,
Yes.
the grass-fed cows,
Yeah, yeah.
hand-picked cherries from the mountains of the Swiss Alps, brought in with the almonds from Madagascar.
All the things.
All blended together
Gorgeous.
in just these beautiful cherry biscuits. So what happened?
Well, Miss Chantal,
First of all, you
I
left
put
the
the
biscuits.
biscuits in Chantal's bag.
She forgot
I
the
forgot them
biscuits.
in her bag.
Right.
So the very next day, she brought them for me and we were by the beach chilling. And she said, "Shaween, I have your biscuits, but I want one. I have to taste
That
it."
happened.
So I'm like, well, I guess I didn't want to open my thing. I'm looking forward to sitting down with a nice cup of tea. I was not even going to eat it when I smoked and had munchies. I said, nope, that will defeat the purpose of me enjoying those biscuits and giving thanks to Joe and Joyce. And maybe, I'm not a big TV fan. I don't watch much TV. Maybe put on a nice film and just Chantal make me open the thing. So I opened it. I say, you know what? Fair enough, Chantal. I opened the thing. Then I went home.
But wait, hang on.
Mm-hmm.
You gave me a biscuit, and I
gave
said
you
to
one,
you,
and you insisted that I had one, even though I knew that was not the time or place for me to be eating those biscuits.
I insisted.
I did not want to be eating it there. I wanted to savor them and enjoy them.
I made her have one.
She made me have one. So that's 2 biscuits that come
it.
out of the thing, yeah?
Okay.
That is 2. I say, it's all right, Shuin. It's all good. It's fine. You still have about 8. Bring the thing home now. I have, I don't know how to.
A gentleman caller.
Yes. Came to my house, smoke his weed, see the tin, say, oh, what a lovely tin. Open it, see the biscuits. And my guy devoured my biscuits. He devoured them and he left 3. 3 biscuits in my tin. There were 8. And he devoured them. And first of all, I start cursing Chantal. I said, that fucking woman make me open my thing. Because I tell him, I said, why you eat my thing? Oh, but it there. I saw it. I thought it was to share. I said, no, I didn't tell you to touch it. Why you touch it? But I saw the thing. And it's nice. I couldn't stop eating it. I said, I know that. You ate flipping most of it. That's for me to drink my tea and enjoy. But he's not getting the sentiment, you know. He didn't get the sentiment of, and he could not understand why getting vexed. It's just some flipping random biscuit. Like, fuck off. You eat my thing, sir. But in my head, I blaming Chantal for making me open it. Then,
Oh, Lord.
Miss Chantal, yesterday or day before yesterday, one of them.
We were very happily driving.
Driving.
We had just come from Montet. We were having a nice afternoon.
Very nice
so
afternoon.
refreshed, energized. Our nice night in Choiseul. Toothby is nice.
And then Chantal turns around and she says,
Oh, by the way, Shereen.
oh, by the way, Shereen.
In her most valley girl voice.
By the way, Shereen, I got my own tin of biscuits from Joe and Joyce, and it just triggered me. I remembered the feeling I had, 1, for opening the tin of biscuits because I did not want to, and 2, because the man ate my fucking biscuits. And I had the most, I don't want to say aggressive, passionate rant.
She really did.
Swearing.
It was given just like the Snake and Dominica.
Yes!
It was.
Same thing.
It was.
Same thing about my damn biscuits. And then the man have the flipping balls to tell me, oh, he taking that tin. I say, if you touch that tin, I chopping you. You're not touching my tin. Don't touch it.
Okay.
Yeah. So Chantal, now she has her new tin of biscuits, which I'm sure she's going to take with her to Nevis to sit down and enjoy over a cup of tea whilst watching trash TV. And my tin of biscuits done. Thank you, Chantal.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I love you so much.
My
that
rant's
note-
over.
On that note, it's been great. But we got to say goodbye.
Because a shared journey brings shared cookie.
Brings a lot of animosity, actually.
And could y'all could get some aggression because, hey, the cookie was nice.
The
A
cookie was
shared
nice.
cookie brings a calotte.
Right. The cookie was nice, though, Shereen. The almond. Okay, I'm done. All right. A shared journey
Brings hope. Goodbye.
Relatable, because a shared journey brings hope.